Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about CSS. So what is CSS? As we've already seen, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet and this is used to style a web page or make a web page beautiful. Now let us talk about CSS syntax. For here, what we want to do is whatever our paragraph is there, we want to change its font color to blue. So this consists of two parts, the selector and the declaration. But here the selector is P, which stands for paragraph. The declaration is just the property and the value which is separated by colon. And the selector is any HTML element which you can style. Selectors can be the name, the ID, or the class. Over here, the property is color and the value is blue. Instead of the property color here, we can also have many other properties like font size, font family, background image, background color, etc. So let's try this out now. So we're going to go to our website and in the style.css folder over here, I'm just going to delete everything and we're just going to do it all step by step. So first, the main thing I want to do is add a background color to my web page because it looks a little plain. So I'm going to write body. Inside the body, I'm going to add background color and I set it a light blue. And I'm just going to end it with a semicolon. So here I'm just going to refresh and save. But you can see that our background color is not reflected on the web page. This is because we've created our style.css. We've also created the index.html, but we haven't linked our CSS file to the HTML file. So now we're going to see about the three different ways we can add CSS. So the three ways to insert CSS is inline, which is by using the style attribute inside the HTML elements. Internal, which can be done by using a style element in the head section. And external can be done by using the link element to link the HTML file to an external CSS file. So now let's start with inline. So over here, example, this paragraph, I just want to change its color. Inside the starting tag, I'm going to write down style equals to and inside quotation marks I'm going to write down color and I'm just going to set the color to red right now and I'm going to end with a semicolon. As you can see, our paragraph has changed its color to red. This is inline. Now let's try internal. Internal is done in the head tag. So now as we've already added her head tag and also we've added the title tag inside, under the title tag, I'm going to add the style tag. Add the style tag here. I'm also going to add the ending tag of the style. So inside the style tag, I'm just going to change the color of our heading to yellow. So I'm going to write here H1, H1, and inside curly brackets, I'm going to write down color yellow. You can see the Harry Potter title which we added has changed to yellow color. Now let us learn about external CSS. External CSS over here, I'm just going to add link rel style sheet and here I'm going to add a href which is the address and the href is going to be style.css. So what happens is that our HTML file has linked to the style sheet which is style.css. As you can see, as soon as I've done that, the web page changes color and the background color is set to light blue. So what I will do now is, instead of putting our background color as light blue, I'm going to add an image to our background. So I already have an image which I've kept here. So I'm going to right click, copy image address, and instead of the background color here, I'm just going to remove the color and make it background. And instead of library here, I'm going to write down URL. Inside the brackets, I'm just going to paste the URL. As you can see, the background color has changed. Now, what I'm going to do is, inside the body only, I'm going to add a color attribute, and I'm just going to set it to yellow. So happens now is that all the text in the body changes its color to yellow. And this paragraph isn't changing its color because in the index.html file, we've set its color to red. So for now, I'm just going to be deleting this. And also, I'm going to be deleting the code which we've written for the internal CSS because in this tutorial, I'm just going to be following external CSS. So now when we refresh, all the text changes its color. And also I have to put the P here. Yeah. So now here in the color, instead of writing the color name yellow, what if we want a different shade of yellow? Maybe a yellow green or a yellow orange shade. In that case, we can specify the RGB, the HEX or the HSL value of the color. So let's see what these are. In CSS, there are many different color values. One of them is RGB. An RGB color value is specified with RGB, and inside the brackets, you specify the intensity of red, comma the intensity of blue, and comma the intensity of green. So then what happens is that the next value is HEX. In CSS, a color can also be specified using its hexadecimal code or the HEX. And HSL stands for hue, saturation and lightness. So here we can also specify the hue, the saturation and the lightness of the color. So now let's try all of these. So here, instead of writing yellow, in this line where it's written color yellow, I can click anywhere and I will see a symbol. Once I click on it, you get a color picker here. So over here, you can just pick your color. I'm going to pick this color. And you can use the RGBA code, the hex code or the HSL code. So in RGB, it shows RGB, the red value, the value of green and the value of blue. In HEX, it shows a code which represents in every color. So there's a unique code which is there for every color in HEX. So, and in HSL, instead of the red, green, blue, there's going to be hue, saturation and lightness. Over here, we can also make our colors completely transparent or slightly translucent also. So, over here, I'm just going to use the HEX code for now. Okay. So now, as you can see, all of the whole page has changed into an orangish yellow color. So now let's change the font of the text. So over here, I'm going to add H1. I'm going to write font / family. Now you can add any font families here. So for now, I'm going to add fantasy. So can you see how the font has changed? Now let's try out some other font. So now let me try cursive. Okay, so you can see that the font of the heading is Harry Potter has changed into cursive. So now what I'm going to do is I want to change this font for our whole web page because I like it. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in body because whatever we pasted in the body is going to reflect for all the text which we write in the body. So you can see it's reflected everywhere. And over here, where I've written list of Harry Potter books, from H4, I'm just going to make it H3. so it becomes a little bigger. And now also the text of the list here, I can make it a little bit bigger or even smaller. So I'm going to add li. Inside that I'm going to write down font size. I'm going to make it 20 pixels. I'll make it 15 pixels because 20 is too big. Yeah. So you see, you can also change the size of this text using CSS. Now if I want, I can also change the size of the paragraph. So I'm going to LP font size, and I'm going to set this to 16 pixels maybe. Yeah. I'm going to go to share, copy this link and paste it in our browser so we can view our web page. So in this video, we've learned to add CSS. We've also learned to change the color of the text in the web page, and we've also added a nice background image for our web page. So, hope you enjoyed today's video. See you in my next video. Goodbye.